My husband's affair with his ex-wife, the shocking discovery that destroyed our marriage and left me heartbroken beyond repair. When I married Ethan, I believed I had found my forever. We were madly in love, the kind of love that swept me off my feet and made me believe in happy endings. His past, including his ex-wife, Lauren, was just that, the past. Or so I thought. For the first 3 years, our marriage felt like a dream. Ethan was attentive, loving, and my best friend. But life has a cruel way of pulling the rug out from under you when you least expect it. The discovery of his affair with Lauren wasn't just a betrayal, it was a cataclysmic event that shattered my heart and left me questioning everything I thought I knew about love. It started with a nagging feeling. Ethan had been distant, his usual warmth replaced by an inexplicable coldness. "Are you okay?" I asked one night as we lay in bed. He was scrolling through his phone, barely acknowledging my presence. "Yeah, just tired," he replied curtly, turning away from me. It wasn't like him. Ethan was always affectionate, always quick to pull me into his arms and kiss my forehead. But lately, he seemed like a stranger. The first red flag came on a Saturday afternoon. Ethan had told me he was going to meet a friend for coffee. I didn't think much of it until I saw his car parked outside a little bistro downtown. Curious, I pulled over. Through the window, I saw him sitting across from Lauren. They were laughing, their heads tilted toward each other in a way that felt far too intimate for two people who were supposed to be history. When he got home that evening, I confronted him. "How was coffee?" I asked casually, my heart pounding. He froze for a moment, then shrugged. "It was fine." "Who were you with?" "Just an old friend," he said, avoiding my gaze. "Lauren?" I pressed, watching his face pale. "It's not what you think," he said quickly. "She needed advice about something. That's all." I wanted to believe him. I really did. But the seed of doubt had been planted. Over the next few weeks, his behavior grew more suspicious. He was constantly on his phone, texting late into the night. When I asked him about it, he'd brush me off. "Work stuff," he'd say, slipping his phone into his pocket. One night, as he slept, I couldn't resist the urge to look. My hands trembled as I unlocked his phone. What I found made my blood run cold. A string of messages with Lauren. "I miss you." "I miss you too. It's so hard pretending everything is normal. I wish we could go back to the way things were." "Me too." My heart shattered. I scrolled further, finding messages about secret meetings, stolen kisses, and confessions of love. I couldn't breathe. The man I had trusted with my heart was living a double life. The next morning, I confronted him. "How long has it been going on?" I asked, holding up his phone. His eyes widened in panic. "Mia, let me explain." "Explain?" I cut him off, my voice shaking. "You've been sneaking around with your ex-wife, Ethan. How could you do this to me?" He ran a hand through his hair, guilt etched across his face. "I didn't mean for this to happen. It just did." "That's your excuse?" I shouted. "You didn't mean for it to happen? You've been lying to me, sneaking behind my back, and rekindling a relationship with her." "I'm sorry," he said, his voice breaking. "I never wanted to hurt you." "Hurt me?" I laughed bitterly, tears streaming down my face. "You destroyed me, Ethan. You destroyed us." The days that followed were a blur of pain and anger. Ethan begged for forgiveness, swearing he'd end things with Lauren. But how could I believe him? How could I trust a man who had shattered my heart into a million pieces? Lauren had the audacity to call me. "Mia," she said, her voice dripping with fake concern. "I never meant for this to happen. Ethan and we have history. It's complicated." "Complicated?" I snapped. You're a homewrecker, Lauren. You couldn't stand to see him happy with someone else, so you decided to ruin everything. It's not like that, she insisted. I still love him. I always have. Her words felt like knives slicing through me. Well, you can have him, I said, my voice cold. Because I'm done. Packing up my life was the hardest thing I've ever done. As I filled boxes with memories of our life together, I couldn't stop the tears. Every photo, every memento, felt like a cruel reminder of the love I thought we shared. Ethan tried to stop me as I loaded the last box into my car. Mia, please, he said, his voice desperate. Don't go. I'll do anything to fix this. I turned to him, my heart breaking all over again. You already made your choice, Ethan. And it wasn't me. Months later, I'm still picking up the pieces of my broken heart. Therapy has helped me process the pain, and I've started to rediscover who I am outside of being Ethan's wife. It's a long road, but I'm learning to find strength in my own resilience. As for Ethan and Lauren? I don't know, and I don't care. They can have each other. I deserve better than a man who couldn't see my worth. Sometimes, the greatest act of love is walking away from someone who doesn't deserve you. And while the pain of his betrayal will always be a part of my story, it won't define me. I'm choosing to write a new chapter, one where I am enough, just as I am.